Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our live demonstration of Cypher Software Release 3.2. For those of you that I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Janelle, and I am a training and support specialist for Telecom Solutions, the makers of Cypher Software. Today, we will be presenting some of our new features included in the upcoming release. As a reminder, after our presentation, we'll be announcing our prize drawing winner. Today's prize will be a $50 Visa card, as well as a summer swag bundle complete with disposable face masks for safe and responsible fun in the sun. I'm now going to go ahead and pass the presentation over to Telecom Solutions CEO, Joseph Telezinski, who along with his business partner, Carrie O'Connor, have put their decades of experience representing California schools to provide the legal expertise behind Cypher software for California public entities. Joe?
Good morning. Hope everybody can see me okay. I'm up here in the clouds, which is, of course, where Cypher is. So welcome. We're here to talk about Release 3.2. That's the new release that's going to be coming out in July. As many of you may know, since we are primarily a school district-based product, we try and time our major releases to coincide with new school years. And that's what we're going to talk about here today. Let me show you what we're talking about. All right. So we're here to talk about Release 3.2. But first of all, what is Cypher? I do see many of you that are logged in are already Cypher users, but a few people out there may not be as familiar. So let me just cover that real quick. Cypher is the only case management and leave tracking software that's been specifically designed for California public school districts. The primary features of the software is retaining claim and case-related information of all different types. The leave tracking product includes keeping track of employee work statuses. All products have task calendars, notes, reports, and cost management features. So real quick, let me show you Cypher. There we go. So this is your home page when you get into Cypher. You have your master calendar here that shows you all of your upcoming tasks and things to do. And then we have claimants, which are any employee who has a leave claim, regardless of the type or reason. So you see here basic information about the employee, contact, personal details, their employment information, their wage information, and pardon me, a little touchy there. Then we have actual claims. You can sort these. There's a filter here where you can look for specific types of claims and things that you want. Here's an example of a claim. You have your injury information, essentially everything that would be on a 50/20 if it's a workers' comp case, including the temporary disability rate. Under here, you have other related claims. If the person has more than one, your frequent flyers, you can keep track of that. People that are related to this particular claim, could be a witness, could be somebody else that was involved in the incident. You got your open tasks, things that need to be done. You've got your task history, things that have been completed. You've got a section for any kind of notes you want to keep, correspondence, communications, other things. Here's where you keep track of your expenses. And then here's where you keep track of the work statuses. As you can see, we've got some off work orders and some modified duty orders there. So that's the basics of that. We also have the new case. I guess it's not new anymore. It's been out for a year now. But you have the ability to keep track of cases in here as well, which is basically anything you want to keep track of that's not a leave issue. Here's a uniform complaint for an example. Basic information about it, and again, related parties, related cases, tasks, notes, and expenses are related to those cases. So Now that we have a basic idea of what Cypher is and what it does, let's talk about Release 3.2 specifically. Release 3.2 will be implemented on a site-by-site basis. This is not going to be rolled out all at once to everybody, because we don't want people trying to figure out how to use some of the new features and things without some training. So we're going to deploy it concurrently with training for those customers. And of course, any new customers coming on now, Release 3.2 is going to be included in that. Okay, so on the leave tracking product is where our biggest changes have occurred for this release. We have beefed up non-workers' compensation leaves a little bit. Cypher has always been intended to handle leaves, even if they're not work-related injury leaves. We have added baby bonding or parental leave. We have other personal leaves, and we've made that process a little easier to use. And then we also are now offering the FMLA, Cypher, and pregnancy disability leave add-on. That's not included in the basic leave tracking. It's an add-on you need to put on there. But for those districts that want to keep track of those statutory unpaid leaves, now you have a way to do it. Okay. We have improved the entry method for work statuses. You can now enter more than one status at a time if you need to, up to 5. It's going to be a lot easier to understand what's going on when you're doing these. So if you take a look, here's an example. It's attached to this particular claim with this date of injury here, based on a doctor visit on this date. And then we put the starting and ending dates, the type of work status during those dates, in this case, off work order here. If it's a sub-differential employee, you need to indicate whether or not a sub was hired by checking a box, and we have both the options for short-term and long-term subs, depending. And then you're also going to mark whether or not any lost time is going to be counted towards their FMLA or Cypher if you have that add-on. Here, the second entry here is a modified work, modified duty entry. In this case, we've actually created the option here to show that that person was only allowed to work 4 hours a day. And since the system knows that they normally work 8, it's going to reduce their hours by 4, and that's what's going to be counted against their FMLA and Cypher. You can put a description of the work restrictions right here, as always. And then you've got your date of the next doctor's appointment and the time. You can attach the doctor's report, the progress report, PR2 or whatever it is, directly to this. And it's going to be, I think, a lot easier for our users to use this new functionality, but it is going to require, I think, a little bit of training for those of you out there. I would like to do a little shout out real quick to Brianna. I don't think she's in our audience, but she was one of our users that heavily influenced this particular new feature design. We've also improved the results screen. I'm not even going to show you the old one, but here's the new one. Once you've calculated the results of your work statuses, it's going to show you here the number of days of industrial leave used and remaining, 15 out of the 60 used, 45 remaining. Extended illness, whether that happens to be sub-diff or half pay, and whether that happens to be 5-month or 100-day. That's going to display here how much has been used and how much is remaining. And if it's a baby bonding, that's treated separately because of the rules regarding baby bonding, and that'll be tracked in its own area here. Okay, we have implemented a few new auto tasks. Auto meaning the system is going to generate these for you based on criteria in the system. These 3 tasks are industrial accident leave exhaustion warning. So when you're within, say, 10 days of exhausting the 60 days, you will get a task to remind you that this person's going to be running out of those benefits, and you can notify them in whatever way you need to as to what's going to happen next from there. We also have the extended illness leave exhaustion warning, which is going to let you know when they're just about out of all their paid leaves. And we also have a modified duty exhaustion warning. So if you have a limited modified duty program of a specific duration, say 60 or 90 days, you let us know what that is and we can set it up so that you'll get a warning when they're maybe 10 days away from exhausting their modified duty, so that you can make sure that that doesn't get lost anywhere. Okay, we've implemented another new feature under our cause of injury section. We've added the ability to segregate student altercations from other types of altercations, and you'll be able to look at that in the system and keep track of that. That was a request from Brittany. So thank you, Brittany. I think you are watching today, so thank you very much for making the suggestion. I think a lot of people are going to like it, but we were happy to do that for you. Okay, now this is a general. Everything up till now has been leave tracking. This is applicable to all of our products. You can now create new tasks directly from the home calendar. Up until now, you've had to go to the claim or case that you were working on in order to generate a task related to that. Now we've added the ability to do it directly right from your home calendar, so that should save you some steps and some time. We've also added the ability to export those tasks to an Outlook or Google Calendar or whatever calendar. It's a standard format, file format. As you can see here, once you've created the task, here we have a deposition of Alex Aardvark in regard to his November 12, 2018 injury. It's going to occur at 10 o'clock on June 18th. Oh no, it's happening right now. And here you can put in other information like, where's it going to be? That way you have that information if you're going to be attending. And real quick, let me show you both of those features. So again, on your calendar here, all you got to do is click one of these plus signs and it's going to open you up a new task that you can create. Here's Alex Aardvark's deposition. If I look at that real quick here, and then if I want to export that to my calendar, or frankly, anybody's calendar, I'm just going to click on export and it's going to allow me to download that file someplace, and then I can add it to my calendar or send it to somebody else that needs to know. Okay. Okay, we're adding a new tab, which is going to be Reports tab. Right now, there's not a lot in there, so we are looking for requests for data that you would like to be able to export from Cypher for your review. There are two main types of reports right now. The one that we've had for quite a while, the export claim information. And then we're adding a new report. Thank you, Daniel, for this request. You're going to be able to export a report that gives you a list of all open cases that don't have any tasks associated with them. That way, you don't lose sight of that case or claim just because there was no task to prompt you or remind you. You can export that report however often you want and go through it and make sure and look and see if what you're looking for is in there. Just to show you real quick. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, here we go. So here's our reports tab. You see there's only the two, but they're right there. You just click on it and it's going to give you exactly what you need. Super easy. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, and believe it or not, that's really it for us today. I did want to get this done quick and easy for those of you who have the product, and you will be getting training on each of those features. This was not designed to or intended to teach you how to use those features here today, just to show you that they're going to be there. And we're very excited about these things. And for those of you who don't have it yet, we are constantly adding these types of features and things to the product. So please let us know if you need any more information. And with that, I'm gonna pass you all back to Janelle.
Thanks, Joe. So once again, as a reminder, if you are an active customer and you have not scheduled your Release 3.2 training, one of our Cypher representatives will be reaching out to you in the next day or so to make sure that we can get that calendar. And as Joe mentioned, if you are not already a customer, please contact us and find out how we can help you become one. And once again, I really just want to say thank you, everyone, for taking the time out of your day to join us for our live demonstration. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you for being a part of Team Cypher.